Hey guys, welcome back to Objective Reviews. Today we are going to be taking at Xiaomi's Yeelight E27 RGBW. That name is quite a mouthful and we'll find out what the W in RGBW stands for. So let's get started. Now first let's take an overview of how the Yeelight itself looks. And to be quite honest, it is one of the most beautiful industrial designs out there in terms of RGB lights for your home or office setups. Now, what you have is a pure white top, and at the bottom you have this beautifully machined aluminium casing in this gray color. Now, the gray color denotes that this is the RGB variant and not the white daylight to warm light variant and stuff like that. So if you're finding out, well, that's a way to figure out which is which. And the aluminium housing that is there is so beautiful. It has these ridges through them which create a beautiful look for the product. Now the unboxing experience for this is not very unique. It's just a white box with a bulb and some paperwork in it, so I'm not going to show it to you on screen, but it's very generic, it's very basic. And well, that's that. So moving on from the product overview itself, we have the app. And again, the app is very basic, but because these bulbs are Wi-Fi connected, they connect over Wi-Fi and not over Bluetooth. What you can do is control many of them at the same time. And as you can see, I have one going in the background out there. And this is one issue about these lights, that they are very slow to respond to any kind of commands that you send from the app itself. Now once you go into the app, you can change the color and the hue basically by swiping left to right, as I am doing, and you will be able to see the changes behind there. And then you can control the brightness by swiping from bottom to top. So top is highest brightness, bottom is lowest. And there are some nice particle effects that go on to make the app look and feel a bit fancy, but that does not help a lot, especially given the fact of how slow the commands get sent from the app to the bulb itself. From there, now, like I said in the intro of the video, there's a W after the RGB, and well, the W stands for white. And not a lot of RGB bulbs can do a pure white, so we're going to be checking out what the pure white in this looks like. And it is pretty close to white. It is slightly warmer, but you can control that. You can make it as warm or as pure white, so there you have a cooler, purer white, or you can make it a warmer white, and as you can see, so you can control all of that. And what this basically does is shut off all the RGB lights and only turn on the white lights. So the other variant, which is the white only variant, will have only these lights. This one will also have the RGB lights in there. Then we have flow, which basically changes through all the colors one by one, and you can see which color is being shown on your phone screen. And then if you swipe right, well, yeah, right, you can go to scene. And now in scenes, they have a bunch of scenes, 8 to be precise, and you can swipe through those and use one of them. You have two which are very confusing. One is romantic, there you go, and the other one is date night. Now if your date night is not romantic, you might want to spice up things a bit. My favorite one in there is movie, and this scene is absolutely epic. I tried it with two bulbs when watching, well, not a movie, but I was watching Grand Tour, and well, it is really effective to say the least, and I really like it. So it's one of the most common ones I use. The other common ones I use is the home one, and then you can create your own scenes from colors you pick and give them a name. So there's this one green, that's a dummy one that I've created. So yeah, you have all of that in the app, and then you can, well, turn off all the lights connected, or well, you can tap on the power button and it just turns them off, and you can turn them on again the same way. Now of course, when you have multiple of these lights, you can create grouping, and you can group them and create various neat looking group effects and turn a particular group on or off and all those amazing things. Now when you tap on a bulb, there'll be a hamburger icon in the top right, and you can go ahead and click on that, and that'll give you basically all the settings for this bulb. Now what you can do is go ahead and update the firmware if there's a new update for the bulb, which I do highly recommend keeping it to the latest version always. Maybe they'll release one where they fix this bug about the long duration thing. But anyways, then you have music mode, and what music mode does is it turns the sound effects on based on what is playing. So let's try that. Let's see how that works. Not bad. Okay, so let's play some music. Going on my phone, I'm gonna play Alchemist. So yes, definitely that works, and then you can go to the default brightness, and well, you have a sleep timer, which is very cool. The lights can auto turn off after a set duration, and that's pretty useful if you want these lights to turn off when you're going to bed, and they'll auto turn off, or when you're maybe leaving office and you want them to be on for a couple of minutes before they finally dim down and go out completely. Now, unfortunately, these lights do not work with Apple's HomeKit or the Home app, and you cannot use Siri to give it commands to turn these lights on and off, but that's a minor hitch, that's a minor setback. It's perfectly fine if they don't, unlike the Philips Hue bulbs, which do, and yeah, that's completely okay. It's not a big deal, and I wouldn't sweat on it because these bulbs are ridiculously cheap. If you're lucky, you'll get these for about $16 somewhere on the internet. If not, these usually retail for about 18 to 20. Now those $2 is not a big deal again, but yeah, the 18 to 20 is per piece. So if you're interested, I'll leave a couple of links down below in the description. Go check it out. If you're coming new into this whole RGB thing, these are pretty good bulbs. But if you're an expert, well, you already have Philips Hue, so don't bother trying these out at all. So these bulbs are a good way to add some flair to your room or your setup or your office or wherever you want to hook these up. And yeah, they create a nice ambience around the setup. So I've placed my order for 4, and once I have these running in a group, I'll probably make another video on how to tune these in groups. So well, stay tuned for that. So if you're not already subscribed, do so right away. Well, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. And I've already done the subscribe bit, so I'm not going to be doing it again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.